This is SCAC Baseball Media Days, and joining us today is the Schreiner University Mountaineers head coach Ryan Brisbane and junior outfielder Brad Holmes from the team. And gentlemen, first of all, we want to thank both of you so much for joining us this afternoon and discussing the upcoming season.
Thanks for having us.
Glad to be here.
Well, we'll start with this. Coach, let me start with you, and let me just simply ask, what are your expectations going into 2015?
Well, I think that, the biggest thing for us is that we want to continue to improve. The last few years we've improved on our record, and so, we're getting better in all the areas. We took some steps backwards a little bit last year as far as defense and stuff was concerned, but I think we're on the right direction as far as those things are concerned, and so really it's just to improve on last year and get better every day we go out to the field.
I want to get both your thoughts on this. Brad, I'm going to start with you, and then Coach, I'll let you come in. Throughout the preseason, going back to fall ball and going into the preseason throughout January and getting ready to open up next weekend, what have you seen from this team? What are some things you've seen that you've really liked throughout the preseason? Again, Brad, let's start with you.
Well, I think we got a bunch of good freshmen coming in. They got some good attitudes, and I think that as a team we're really excited for the upcoming year, and that really showed in the fall ball back in September. And these past 2 weeks we've been working hard, and I think that everyone's really excited for the season and looking forward to it.
Coach, let me get your thoughts on that as well.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that we had a great fall, and with kind of the excitement that the freshmen have brought, and I've seen the team really come together a lot more than we have in the last few years, and of course that's important. And these guys got into the weight room, and looks like they got stronger and faster, and so they've really worked hard as far as that stuff's concerned. So I've been really excited. I think the excitement level has notched up a bit here this year.
And let's play off of that, Brad. I'm going to turn back to you and just share with me from your perspective and from the team's perspective just the excitement level to get the season started. Again, you guys open up next weekend. Just what's the excitement level to start a new season?
Well, we're just looking forward to Sol Ross, honestly. I mean, Coach has been preaching, one game at a time. But definitely, I'd be lying if I said that all of us aren't really thinking about the playoffs and the potential this year that compared to last year, because we really felt like we fell short last year, and we really want to make that push to make that difference this season. So that's definitely the thing that's on all of our minds right now.
Coach, you have 3 seniors on this team, a handful of juniors as well, including Brad. Just these upperclassmen, how important, especially from a leadership perspective, are they going to be to this team's success?
Well, they're real important. I mean, the seniors have been great. They've been a class that those 3 guys have been great all 3 years. Anytime they're asked to do anything, they do it, and they really modeled being team players. And so it's really important with the large group of underclassmen that we have, that these guys are around to answer any questions, to encourage, to kick them in the rear a little bit. And they've been in the trenches, if you will, for a little bit, and so their shoulders to lean on, and again to give support to the younger players. So they're invaluable, really.
Brad, being a junior on this team, tell me just how important it is for you to emerge as a leader on this team in 2015.
Well, I think that I really have to set an example for some of the freshmen that are they're new to this, and like I said, we're absolutely going to need them this year, especially because we don't really have as big of a senior class as we did last year, so we're going to need them to be with us every step of the way. And so I think that they're going to have to really get the mental side of the game, so I'm really going to try and preach that positive mindset to them, to try and help them, because they're going to have mistakes. All freshmen are going to have mistakes. I mean, it just happens, but it's how you bounce back, and I think that that's really something that I'm trying to get to them, at least for the season and whatnot, so that they can really help us out this year.
This is SCAC Baseball Media Days here with the Schreiner University Mountaineers. Head coach Ryan Brisbane, junior outfielder Brad Holmes joining us this morning. Coach, I'm going to turn back to you. Let's break down the team a little bit. Let's start with your pitchers and catchers. Tell me what you've seen from this group, maybe some players that have stood out to you thus far, and who's going to impact this team in 2015.
Well, starting with the catchers, we're pretty deep in that position. We have two juniors that have really stepped it up. Ryan Martin and Brady Tumlinson has done a great job in the weight room and in the cage. But we have two freshmen in Quentin Volivar and Luis Salazar that have come in and competed. And so it'll be real interesting to see where that all kind of, where the dust settles there. But very excited about our catching core this year. We have to replace Chase Valdez, who's been a pretty important part of this program in the last few years. As far as pitching is concerned, I'm real excited about our young arms. Matt Barnett's coming back, had a decent fall, and Hayden Ray, both guys pitched significantly amount of innings for us last year, and so I'm really excited about that. But those freshmen, we got, like I said, we have a handful: Jamie Kidder, Montana Hammock, Peyton Stanford, Dylan Brown. Just really excited about what those guys can do and what they'll bring to the mound for us this year.
Coach, I'll stay with you. Let's move into the infield and tell me about this group of infielders.
We're deeper this year than we have been in the past. We're making the move where Marco Carrion he's played second for us the last couple of years. We're going to move him back to his original position at third base. We got a couple talented second basemen in Blake Rowan and Sam Pastrui. We're going to have a freshman at shortstop, Kyle Romagera, a good athletic kid. We're excited to see what he can do there. At first base, we got Reagan Reed, who's played the corners the last couple years or the last few years for us, and he'll be battling with a couple freshmen in Brett Hill and Trevor Wren from Florida.
Brad, I'm going to turn to you as being one of the outfielders on this team. I want you to tell me a little bit about this outfielder group and what has stood out to you among this group.
Well, I think that defensively we're a lot quicker than we were last year. We did lose Kelly Renzire last year, so that's going to hurt us. But I think that Connor Vashur really stepped up in the fall ball. He had a really good fall, and he's pretty fast. And he's been really busting it out there in practice these past couple days. So I think that he's really going to be important to us when the season starts. And then I think that overall, just the outfield, with Coach Anders helping us out, I think that he's really getting us in shape defensively. So I think that we're definitely going to be able to help this team out defensively and really compete with each other.
Coach, you've mentioned the newcomers, the freshmen that have come in this year a few times. Just as a group, tell me what they've brought to this team throughout fall ball, throughout preseason, and how they're gonna impact this team in the regular season.
Well, I think one of the things for a freshman group, they seemed a little bit more focused than some of the freshman groups we've had in the past. They're very driven. They understand about their opportunities and their opportunities to come in and play right away. And so that's kind of spread across the program a little bit. And so we're just very excited about having each and every one of them. We got some kids from some pretty strong high school programs. And so, we're real excited about the future.
We'll get you both out on this final question. Brad, I'm going to start with you. For Schreiner to reach its goals and expectations in 2015, what are going to be some of the keys to success?
Well, definitely, I think it's taking it one game at a time, because I think that last year we had an opportunity to push for a playoff spot towards the end of the year, right as conference started, but I think that we kind of faded, and I think that we just kind of lost sight of playing each game, as it is, like as Coach says, win the day. Each game is the most important one, and I think that's really what we really need to focus on, is playing it one game at a time and focusing on playing as a team and winning ball games.
Coach, I'll ask you the same question. What will be some of the keys to success for the Mountaineers in 2015?
Well, I think Brad really hit it. It's just taking every day one at a time. Obviously, we know that we're a young team, so we're gonna make some young mistakes. It's gonna be bouncing back from those mistakes, learning from those mistakes, not making those same mistakes twice. Again, really excited, but it's gonna be us taking it just one day at a time and making sure that every game, every at bat, every pitch is important.
The Schreiner Mountaineers will open up next weekend, February 6, 2015, in Kerrville against the Sul Ross State Lobos. First pitch gets going at 2 p.m. It'll be game one of a 3-game series going into Saturday. This has been SCAC Baseball Media Days with head coach Ryan Brisbane and junior outfielder Brad Holmes. Again, guys, we really appreciate your time this morning, and we wish you and the rest of the team good luck in 2015.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.